Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, we found ourselves searching through Global Studios. And we found out some things that shouldn't have gone on, but went on anyway. So a fair idea. I say, let's take this bitch to court, shall we? And from the save point. And this takes place October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio One at Global Studios. It's impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. First, I would like to call a familiar face. Detective Gumshoe to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with a guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of a studio. See? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's gate sheet. Past that are studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that date, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Near say the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear was lodged in the victim's chest. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was a murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nah. Let's skip it. I think I could probably remember that. So, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. So we get the samurai spear added to the record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Oh dear. My, aren't you a handsome fella? I'm afraid I'm a be flustered. Go! Your name, please! Oh, dear, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please! St. Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Just call me Grandma. So you know when I was with Windbag. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Objection! I object to the witness talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, sir, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness account number 1. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant, then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Witness account. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to press her. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax your ears, sonny? Make this your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. So what we're going to do is we're going to present this picture here, and let me get this straight, Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than a Steel Samurai, defender of the old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag! Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Did your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can completely see that Powers, right? Yeah. Well, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role as a Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in the court is accusing you of that, Mr. Witness. He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in the photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Yes, young man.
Of course I have proof.
What? Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I supposed to know everyone would just... How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Oh! Wow. Windbag. Wow. Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. Then when he turned to run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip before. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. You know, there's something wrong with that statement right there. Moving on. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to do the following. 1, 2, 3, 4, and press her on 4. He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. So the samurai spear was updated. And continuing on, we move on to 6. And press her on that. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. So he was walking strangely because he was injured. It just looked like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
And we're going to press on 7. Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem like quite likely that it was Powers. There's got to be more of this. Better keep pressing her. So what we're going to do is go back to 1. The heck? Hold on. Okay, what I did was, because it's just strangely crashed because I don't know what happened, I did a save, and now I'm going to do the second part of this case again. So mind you, I'm well prepared for this. So, her testimony is the man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of his props. One of the props, it was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Again, that sounds so wrong. Ugh. Phoenix, I hope you're really not into G-Milfs. Oh. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
Samurai spear. The murder weapon.
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. Better write this down in the court record. So we're going to press on 6. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. So he was walking strangely because he was injured.
Does look like he was dragging his foot. See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew his powers. Happy?
Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. As a point, it does seem quite likely that it was Mr. Powers. It was Powers. It's got to be more than this. I better keep pressing her. Well, make fun and glaring contradictions. She seems pretty sure that that was Powers in that photo. Guess I'll just press her and see if I can shake her conviction. See if I can actually do this. Hold it! I really can't do that, huh? At least the button works, but I suppose I can't really do that. Wait. Back. Fine. I'll just have to do it like this. Hold it!
Whippersnapper! Hey, I haven't even said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I say is on the straight and narrow. The up and up. You've today always whining about that thing. Blah, blah, blah. Mix, blah, blah.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. And we press her on this one too. Hold it! Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, she's the steel samurai. Then poor Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
She was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then? Hold it! Trip and fall.
Yes, and you think he's supposed to be the steel samurai? What a love! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Oh, god damn. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. And you know what? I'm gonna press it anyway. Hold it! He broke a prop. Oh wait, I've already went through that. Then it's on Samurai Spear. Yeah. Let's press that too. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. That's the nap. Anyway, so I'm dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot. Okay. There we go. I think we've heard enough. That's what was missing. I was supposed to press every statement that she says. So basically, you press every statement on everything that she said so far in the testimony. Therefore, it kind of makes sense. You want to press every statement that she has said from 1 to 7. In that order. Doesn't matter. 4 gets the Samurai Spear updated. Then 6. Then 7. Then 1, 2, 3, and 5. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is, where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did not see the steel samurai. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it's clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure? You're sure? Your Honor? You know what I say to that? Objection! Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. And why my mic keeps going off like that is beyond me. Nowhere in this photo can we see Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else, not caught on camera, could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Oh dear. The continue witness account.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Your witness. Well, there's only one thing we had to do. We present the photo. And I think I'm going to try this again with the mic. Objection! I guess it doesn't work then. Oh well. I'll just have to do it like this. Objection! Well, hey, I had to do something, right? Hold on! look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? At 4Kids, Global.
Yes, sirree, sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Ooh, you wanted to work at the studio. We might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m. photo number 2.
Even I know that it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1? If it really was the only photo? Order! Buffalo chicken, please. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for 1 of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
But believe me, I want to. But I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
That's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed you by the gate. Someone other than the still semi.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now, I remember throwing out 1 photo that day.
Miss Oldbag! This is the first I've heard of this!
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
So all we're going to do is press only one statement. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it! Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy. Or I should really just call it otaku? Otaku. Otaku. Otaku?
Still samurai otaku. Real freaks if you ask me. Hey! They get information about the rehearsals and from gosh knows where. Wikipedia. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Yeah, Wikipedia. Because even in Phoenix Wright, it exists there. Well, wait a second. Did you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
That hole right there.
That grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and round. That's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks.
Hey, I'm no freak.
Oh,
And?
they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids?
So, on the photo that you erased.
It was a boy, probably second or third grade.
What?! Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a still samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about second or third grade?
Oh, yes, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
Boy in second or third grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Possible, I think. Quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. So we're almost done with this part in the trial of the Steel Samurai. Mr. WP? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So, who was the still samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone who would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we going to do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay. Let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Meanwhile, back in the courtroom, the court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thought on this matter? The prosecution's thought was simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Hold up. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Well, it's none other than the security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. The still samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper! Hold up. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you? Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio One, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simply on him. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes the second, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did set it? Edgy boy, don't you sit there, do something. What's my move? Now's my chance to take this the whole way? Yeah, sure. Let's press the old bat. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's action on that day. But why would I do something so to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute! What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased? He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it? It doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could have been my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? Whippersnapper!
I've proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could have not committed this murder? Why, sure, we got proof. That proof is this keycard. Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a car key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a car key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out about... Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy... What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. The court's adjourned. Until...
Wait a second! Mother! Oh!
Just because I like that piece.
I'm not just going to sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Oh yeah, testify. Because
my lips were sealed.
And for kids, Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They say they had nothing to do with it, Steve. They told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not going to let them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No. I'm sorry. Oh, this line, I might as well just start laughing at this. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. I can't even hold it in. Witness the power of the old bag. I'm gonna laugh this off, trust me. Right after this part is over, I'm just gonna laugh that line off. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yeah, witness the power of the old bag. Famous last words. Well, for kids, Global Studios wanted you to be quiet about something. Some other people at the studios on Denver. Let's press that. Who were those? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and out the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but...
Take a break.
Your Honor, we've learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and then some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they've not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledged the defense point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we've just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. Court's done! October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright.
I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I say?
Well, we'll be going down to the studios to do more investigation. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really been that old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I can't feel sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there. With or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. So in that case, we are going to take a short intermission from this game. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From what I'm looking at, I have 5 pages to really work on of detective work. So, more than likely, I will be back pretty soon with the detective/investigation work on case number 3 of Turnabout Samurai on Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. So, hold it right there. We'll be back pretty soon.